checking my stream, checking the audio. As bad as usual. It's always as bad as usual. Just what I expected. Keeps clipping the audio. I've got my bot, which is Stream Elements, I think, or Restream. I'm on the stream to check. On what I can do here. I had to mess about with both laptops and stuff not to try and get the browser to work with Restream. I don't even know why I'm sitting here talking anyway. Talking to myself. I did realise that on Warframe they've went to town now, obviously. That's going to be the next update. I'm not really wanting to talk about that. They have added all the stuff that I thought in my last streams. And that's quite a lot. That's what I'm here to talk about. I don't know if a lot of other people were talking about the same stuff, but every time I said something, it seemed to be added to the game. So I'm going to go over them, starting with, well, not limited to, but starting with the music Warframe, which was Temple, the connection to Dark Sector, which was Hall of Ania, and the Proto Frames then came out. But that wasn't anything to do with me saying about the Proto Frames. It was Dark Sector that they had to go back to Warframe 1999. The titles and the honors championships. I was talking about World of Warcraft, and then they added it in Dark Refactory with Rogue and Dark Refactory. So then they added the titles, the mod mission or the teacher mission. What was that I was talking about? The community is well, they were saying about it as well. The newcomers and beginners of the game, which it always goes back to, that I always say about. You see them galleons up there? Where am I at the minute? I don't know what planet I'm circling. Obviously that's a wee ship sitting over there. So if I go up and have a look up here. Happy the game. Uranus, I think it is. I'm circling. So, anyway, the titles, then the teacher mission, and that I've always liked the real jacks. I've always said about the real jacks. Now, there's obviously people that are not interested in real jacks and I don't like it. I liked it because of the whole ship mission. You could sort of pretend to own ship. You can fly around and do the mission. I always thought that was great. I always liked the real jack. Pain in the ass at the start to get, pain in the ass because of all the bugs, pain in the ass because of everything else. But now people are coming around. It's only took them 4 years or something. But still counts. Stalker and Hunhai. I talked about having Stalker or Hunhai having a better role or bigger role in the game than just the acolytes. Like before Jade came out. I think there's a video out there that did. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it. Not that anybody's going to listen to this anyway, or it's a fucking matter, but it's funny how I'm mentioning these things and then they're creating them in the game. I always thought that if I come out with the ideas, or if the community's doing the ideas, I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm only one person. What's the point in me coming up with ideas and then them making all the money from it? But that's the way of the world, isn't it? Doesn't matter what I have to say. Doesn't matter what I sit here and do. I talked about Warframe as a whole, as the game having a life path or its life cycle. They're doing that now, about the life cycle. They're promoting everything. Like they just put up a video there of about the artwork and stuff and all for Tau here. They did about the narratives and the storytelling, how they do it. Like they're very obviously DE's very open about all the stuff that they do. They do the complete opposite of what the gaming industry even considers thinking about. They think the gaming industry as a whole, as an industry, do the complete opposite of what DE does. They don't talk about stuff. They don't be open about anything. They silence their community. They don't like getting criticized in any shape or form. DE gets so much criticism, but I don't mean that in a way where it's like it's bad criticism. They listen to the community going, we hear you. Like the whole pregnant Warframe thing, can a Warframe get pregnant? Then there you go, you got Jade. Like that's how much criticism they get. And then they add it to the game, and Jade's every Warframe is a great Warframe to me. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Everyone always, a lot of people have different opinions about different Warframes. Some would say that even just the style of rela standard would be like the fashion frames shit. But rela as a Warframe is a great Warframe. Or some people would say that, I don't know what, Corvex is crap because he does radiation. Like Corvex is a great Warframe. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I spoke about the operator and the drifter having mods, having another way to add like extra damage or something, or extra like amps or some sort of extra, like the Warframes have. Don't want to make obviously the operator and the drifter more powerful than the Warframe, which I don't think is even possible because they have different weapon groups from the Void and Physical. 2 different weapon groups, I think. Don't even know if this stream's even gonna sound like anything as well because the sound's probably shit on it. It seems to be a funny thing about Restream that if you don't pay for it, like me, and you want to do the free stuff, you get shit quality. They do it on purpose. All these streaming companies are doing this now. I do have OBS there though. haven't tried it yet to see if it can work with it.
But thank you.
Anyway, so and then they brought out in the Dark Factory. They did the Arcanes mods, Arcanes and mods for the Drifter Operator that you can get in the Dark Factory. You can do the missions there in the Rebellion. What is it? Tia. For your because I was saying about Daviri. Daviri is a great place. I spent a lot of time in Daviri, and Daviri was great. Once you get past the whole Drifter narrative, enjoy the game and the whole random setup of each of your Warframes. If you have your Warframe set up properly, then you can enjoy the game.
Navigation has been updated with new invasions. Chaos is spreading.
Yeah, if your Warframes are up to date, the way I keep my Warframes up to date is through taking the time for each one. Like as you get them, as you get your Warframe, you set up mods, you set it the best you can, and don't slack on it. Don't make yourself, as in say, I just want to get through this Warframe because I don't like his moves or his abilities or something. On a base level, all Warframes have your gun set, your loadout, your gun loadout, your primary, secondary, and melee weapon. That's what you're always going to rotate on. Don't worry about the Warframe. Warframe's abilities are a bonus. So it doesn't matter which Warframe you pick. And on that note, when you're picking a Warframe, like say Excalibur, he enhances your weapon damage, but you have to work with his abilities to get your what do you call it? Your shield getting compared to the other frames. And Umbra. And who else? There's like Wukong, which then has his passives, which are very powerful. You have Mirage with her abilities, and then you have the likes of Wisp. Very different styles of gameplay, but ultimately overall you're going to be using your base weapons. So when you have your base weapons, your basic loadout, which I would recommend getting the Femor, the Felix, is it the shotgun, and the later the void weapons, the we call it ship, the Zarman ship weapons. Spend time in the Zarman to get them weapons. If you're starting off, they will boost your damage output by 100, a lot. It's worth getting. Then you can sort of do whatever you want, all with all the rest of the stuff, and get around the star chart. The next one I would recommend is getting Revenant, so you can get your Steel Path. Get your Steel Path done. Revenant or Rhino, and some people say Rhino, will get you through your Steel Path. But nowadays, Steel Path, there is a lot of players on steel path. I do normal, not because it's a lot. Steel path has a lot better rewards, and at the start is very beneficial when you get past when you're getting through steel path. But I would not recommend speed running anything in this game. Do not speed run. Do not think you're going to get anything in this game and run through it. It's not worth it. You're just going to ruin the game for yourself. I guarantee you that. Once you speed run and you get, say you buy all the Warframes, and I remember there's a video out there somewhere on YouTube that a guy did buy everything in the game, and he says it's not worth it. It's the same as every other game. If you're not interested in playing this game to get the story, don't play it. Just go and play Fortnite or something, or whatever else. This game is very, very, very story driven. And the other thing that a lot of people don't like this game is it's a horror game this year. This is a horror game. This is not a sci-fi game. This is a horror game. Believe it or not. When you look into it enough, we're going to Tau. All the stuff's very dark. When we went to Warframe 1999, it was dark. You've got the infestation. It is dark. It's supposed to be twisted creatures. If you look at, you have the Clone War, which is the Grenier of mangled tech or clone rot and stuff and all. It is a horror game. This is a horror game as such in the future. It sounds so stupid to say it, but in a sense, there is a theme that Ballas created all this destruction in his path, in his pursuit for power or whatever. And we have Albert doing what he's doing now as a scientist with the Void, and with he's taken it to the next level as an organ. And it's very interesting. It's very like how we're going to get this Albert, this scientist, come back that we're hunting for, as well as he's creating all these other problems for people's lives, like the proto-frames and stuff. And you've got Ballas, which was the ultimate power. I'm trying to save the universe.
Hearing strange reports from
there is a lot of on the community forums and stuff and all that, or in the community, that Ballas could come back.
The machine. In the
you have to remember these organs don't die.
They say they're hearing something coming from the vents that lead,
and I'm sure they could in some way write Ballas back into this, but we're under the assumption that Ballas is not coming back. I still think that there's a possibility. It could be from the Void, from the Daviri Ballas. It could be he could have been saved when he was on the ship or whatever it was, wasn't it? From, let me see, the universe. Which one was it? The New War, was it? Where are we? Weapons, fragments, art gallery. Is it art gallery? I'm missing a few of these. What are we looking for? Quests. Warframe quest, main quests. Main quests. I think it was New War. Choose a horror. Prelude to War. Was it this one? Nice. Where was Ballas? It was the one where Lotus turns into an eidolon. Is it Nata? The second dream? Somewhere here, I think. Sending Hunter seeks to destroy the tunnel by exploiting long forgotten secrets. No, it's not here, is it?
Who destroyed the Orokin? Your way of life.
Oh, we can't quit. We'll have to
Who do you hunt, Shadow, to cleanse your despair in their blood? Tenno. Sever their heads, yet they rise again. Someone has hidden the Tenno essence, their truth from you. Lotus. I know where she hides the Tenno heart. A womb in the sky, forbidden to my kind, but where you will take me. Who? I am Hanhao, sentient destroyer of worlds. By your hand, expose their heart. Bondage. Cleave it beating from its nest.
Drones. Probably this one too. But they are on here something. A disturbance in this somatic link. Prompts Lotus to send operatives back to the Tenno Reservoir. No, obviously. So it must be look at that, is it? New war? Normal, yeah. Yeah, it's this one. The tenuous alliance against the common enemy. Was it? Normal is all but decimated. It's scattered adherents now rallying in the name of her lost mother. The tenuous alliance against the common enemy has crumbled, leaving the origin system struggling to recover. Now the Tenno face new questions hierarchs of the Drifter's origins and the threads binding them to the nameless void entity. So it's not giving me a cinematic. That's one where you have to put Lotus back together. New war. Yeah. She becomes an eidolon. So what made me drift off on that there tangent there about the drifter? Yeah. Ballast and the pathway of Warframe and what they're doing now when I was talking about it. So I was saying that I don't think they even have a path set out yet. So they're obviously setting a path now. Like a, what do you call that? A project timeline, isn't it? By 2035 or something, isn't it? And the way I looked at that, I was like, because with a lot of stuff in the game industry now is you'll get to the end of the game and then they'll just switch it off and then they'll move Warframe. That's what I was saying. That's disheartening. It's very disappointing, very depressing, Debbie Downer type of thing. But at the moment, we can enjoy the game. We can enjoy the journey. Might as well enjoy what we can. I have played Apex when it came out in the first season or second season a few years ago, and I got to level 500 or something. Then I tried to merge my account. Now that is an achievement in itself to get to level 500. I enjoyed the game. Then I stopped playing it when I tried to merge the account because they put me back to level 1. And that grind, especially now with it's even worse now with all the aim bots and people playing cross systems. It's disgusting. So it is. And even in the tournaments, they're cheating as well. But that's what happens in PvP. That's why I don't play PvP. It's just that people are so bad at the game. They have to cheat to try and win. That's why I'm playing Warframe. It doesn't have. That's why I chose this game. I looked at a lot of games to choose one. Was it Fantasy Star, Real Star or something it's called. Fantasy Star, I think it's called. New Fantasy Star. It was a good one. It's a very big. It's even bigger than this game. With the amount of stuff that's in it. And I was the World of Warcraft type of stuff, which was massive. And then they got Skyrim with open world, and then open world just became more common. Then Call of Duty came out. Call of Duty was the big thing. Arena shooting, and then it became open world, open battlegrounds with Battlefield. It became bigger maps. Then everyone started cheating, and then we just get this. This is the future we have, where it's going to be digital with Sony or whatever they're doing at the minute, and it's going to ruin everything. And it'll just keep going on and on because companies just can't be quenched with their thirst of the profit, the disgusting capital profit that they'll never get. And here's what it comes down to. I'll remind, if anybody's listening or if this goes out to the masses or whatever, Sony and all these big companies or whatever, Nintendo and all that, and Microsoft, they really despise. They despise. Say even hate. They hate being the word that you have people that volunteer their time freely. This was the big thing with Blizzard when they went through that whole debacle with the court system. I said about it too. When they the whole big debacle with the court system, and then Microsoft bought them. Microsoft didn't buy them because they wanted Blizzard. That was not the key. That was not anything to do with what it was about. It was to do with what do you call him? Your man that run Blizzard, Bobby Kotick. That's what it was about. He was getting a lot of heat because the company itself couldn't backtrack. You can't physically go back in time. And what it came down to was that an employee was getting harassed for years, getting whatever it was, a female employee, I think it was, or a woman, I think it was a woman, was getting harassed. So what they decided to do, the person as an individual decided to record everything that happened over a space of a year. The company from the inside didn't know this. They didn't know that they were being recorded, and they had documentation and everything against them, against the company internally. Then the person took it to court a year later because they were very smart in the way they moved. It was like moving your queen into position, and then they made their move. They decided then, when they had enough information and evidence, proof that there was a lot going on the inside, Blizzard then couldn't backtrack. It was too late. It doesn't matter what lawyers you employ. There was too much. None of them would touch it.
Laura tries, dreamers. You know she does. But I swear.
So then they
sometimes you
couldn't
can stand
backtrack in
there,
time. So what they
so
did
to
is
the skin,
they let it play
some
out to
idiot
see
wants to talk about
if
the web.
the fans would still buy games and play the slop or whatever for Blizzard, and obviously that's what people's going to do. The whole Diablo 4 thing came out. Everyone was complaining about it, and there was all this and all that, and they still played it. I'll still play it. Nobody cared. They were trying to play that out. They were trying to wait it out. They were trying to see how long this would entail, this court case, before the person would give up or whatever. And it didn't give up. So it spanned out over another year, I think it did, for the whole court case thing. Their stocks went down and all this here. The employees started kicking up about it. Was it China or something as well? And Blizzard, they're not the same company and all this. So as this all went on and on social media, on YouTube and everything, the company got tired of getting what do you call it? The bad reputation, tarnished reputation, because they can't go back. After a year or two, I think it was, it took out. So then the executives at the top decided, right, who can we call in to cover our back? And the only one was Microsoft, because Microsoft buying at the time, they were buying companies up. So they made it, but the deal wasn't about buying Blizzard. Microsoft didn't need Blizzard. It was to get Bobby Kotick out. That's what it was about. And it wasn't. It was to bail him out. It was a bailout for Bobby Kotick. It was just basically a bail. He got bailed out for whatever billion it was. The company took its emergence of Blizzard, and it was just covered up then and forgot about it, as if to say it never happened. The ship didn't go down because Blizzard's too big to go down. Microsoft could keep afloat if they wanted, for as long as they wanted, because Microsoft, as everyone knows, are not the smallest company in the world. And they have a lot of moving power, and that's the only one that got him out. Now you don't hear Bobby Kotick at all. You don't hear a single word about him. He's just sailed off into the sunset with his millions. It doesn't matter about investors. It didn't matter about shareholders. It didn't matter about any of that. It was never about any of that anyway. He just floats away into the sunset on his yacht. And that's the way it goes. That's what happens. That's the reality. These companies don't care. Digital Extremes, on the other hand, are first and forefront. They're right there beside you with the gamer, with the player. To a certain degree. They're not literally sitting beside you, but they're trying to carry. The way Digital Extremes does it is they let the community decide what the next steps be, and then they reevaluate to see what's possible. Not in a way where it's like that everything's bad. It's more about an addictive personality for their fans. People will spend money on this game regardless, because it's more of a religion to them. like to enjoy the game. Like it doesn't. It's not meant to make sense. And that's as light as I can say it. I can't say it like in the sense that it is a religion. It's not. It's just that people become religiously minded and follow something rather than realizing that it's just a game. It's just a game like every other game, like Mario. The way I say it, you turn it on, you play the game, you enjoy it, and then you turn it off again. It's you're not meant to devote your life to it and go and buy ticket sales and enjoy. It's not that type of. You can. I'm sure they'd be willing to take your money. Every company, Microsoft and all, have been doing that for years, and Apple even they tried to break the narrative of the whole structure. It's about they've been doing the opposite for years, so they're so used to going backwards, get down to the ground level anymore. They're too far gone. They have to keep pushing. What I mean, they have to keep pushing. What I mean is, the executives and the people that are in charge now have no connection to their employees, and their employees do not have any connection to the executives or those of the owners in any shape or form. Because to them, it's a 9 to 5, and they have no interest. It's a paycheck, and that's it. Doesn't matter what happens in between. That's the sad reality. And this is what I'm saying about they hate the fact that people's out there do like GitHub, open source. They hate that. They hate the fact that people will be willing to spend their time to do something for an hour for free. To create software or things that people enjoy. They are so against it. They are a united front to break down, like Nintendo running after people with lawsuits and throwing the book at them over emulators. And now Sony's going to get it with the emulators. It's just driving them mad. It gives them absolutely bonkers that they can't just get people to work for free. While if they change their whole business model around, which I said, if they change their whole business model around to say, look, we'll leave it open to you to a certain degree. We'll let you design the console. We'll let you create the software for it. We'll work with Steam. We'll work with Digital Extremes. We'll work with whoever. They don't want to do that. They're afraid of that. That's why Digital Extremes is the opposite. They're not the same company. They are completely different. Digital Extremes as a company would be like a chimera. It's an animal of a completely different era or evolution compared to these other companies. They don't have a clue. They are not connected to the customer base, the fan base, their customers or whatever in any shape or form. They do not know. They don't care. They walk into a job, they program whatever they need to do when they're told by the whatever. The managers and the whoever gather together to have their meetings have no connection to the higher ups, and the higher ups have the senior management. Senior management don't care about the executives, and executives don't care about, and then the shit pile rolls back downhill again, and nobody gives a shit, and they go home exhausted, wondering why they didn't get any more customers that day, and why social media is awash with bullshit. Like removing physical data discs as Sony's doing at the minute their consoles to go all digital. They do a shit. They think that this has no relevance. Like they're going to wait it out. Like I said, as Blizzard, they're going to wait it out and see what happens when people have memories. I watched another video about the Switch 2, and it was broken. The Switch 2 is absolutely broken. It's broken as a game, a console. It's broken. It came out broken, and they wanted to keep it broken. It wouldn't connect. It wouldn't let you do anything, whatever it was. And they asked questions to the customers at Nintendo at this fanfare. And the customers all said, or the fanfare, the people turn around and says, we're never buying a Switch 2. We don't like Switch 2. Switch 2's bad. All this here. They might as well have went over from the interview, walked straight over to a Nintendo store and held the console in front of them, looking at the camera going, I hate Nintendo on the Switch 2, as they're buying it. Because they're just absolute liars. Bare-faced liars. They don't care. They'll tell you one thing, and this is why then these companies have to do surveys and studies to figure out, is these people actually telling the truth or not? The majority of them are lying. I'm never going to buy that, and then they go and buy it. I don't like Sony, and then they go out and buy 50 games from Sony on a friggin' new console, the PS5, PS6, whatever it's going to be. I don't like GTA 6, and then they're going to buy a GTA 6. That's how this business model works. Absolutely diabolical. It's just idiots. You're talking to absolute morons. I need to get back to this list anyway of what the stuff that I've said about with the game, with Warframe. So I said about the Drifter having mods or extra stuff. Rather just the arcanes. So they upgraded that on the Dark Refractory and the Rebellion, which was great. Everything I pointed out here, which I haven't spoke about before. What do you mean haven't spoke about? I haven't had in the list before to speak about all in one go. I have them on my videos. The syndicates, doing something with syndicates. Then they created Foley of Esper Relay for the Arbiters of Hexus. And the more creativity, the Arbiters reward system. Arbiters is great. They also did something else with the syndicates. Yeah, I think they updated it or something as well. Let me see.
These may help the flow.
They every now and again they put extra mods in for Warframes. The odd one. And new mods. Like they brought out a couple extra mods. I think it was for Jade there. They did one for Jade. If you get hit with the Jade light, it reflects it back or something. Every now and again we do that. I've always advocated for the syndicate stuff. This here, the basic syndicates, the primary syndicates, or whatever you want to call them. New Loka, Red VL, Steel Meridian, Parent Sequence, Arbiters Hexus, and Cephalon Suda. The Parent Sequence, sure they do the Tenant weapons, which is from, you can buy them or when you're doing it with Realjack, which is great. New Loka, I don't know what's around New Loka shit. Titania, isn't it? You do her mission, Titania. Red VO, you do Harrow, isn't it? With what do you call her? The P. The woman in Iron Wake anyway. Steel Meridian. I think there's something in Steel Meridian you do. I don't know what it is. Cephalon Suda, sure you have Octavia, I think, isn't it? Arbiters Hexus have your arbitration missions. So they're all great. Right, they have them anyway, and they've always had them in the game. But they did Folly. Paladin. That's it. Paladin for Red Veil. Is there anything else I'm missing here about this?
Cold and lonely eve, spare a thought for tractor jockeys, rail agents,
I said about
and lonely travelers making their
the. Did I say about Venus doesn't have
one shipment at a time.
a thing like the way Deimos and Earth has? Is it Mars? Mars. They're trying to add in, like, you have Citrine on Mars. You have Jade on, is it Uranus? You have Holy on Vesper. It's Europa, I think. You have Kume on Earth. You have Degath. That's the other one, Degath. They did Degath with the syndicates. And then you can get other Warframes, obviously, in these other ones, which I like the Enchanted family as well. I'm a big fan of them. What's that one? Illuminate Animal sent into the void. Sanctum Metallica, yeah. Light and Necroloid. Which is Citrine. So you get Citrine, you get. Is it Lavos? You get Lavos from the family. You get Dante from them. Foxlars has Noko. You have Rela. And Vent Kid. We'll do the Vent Kid stuff to finish it up. We have on Earth. Just in Earth. I did spend a lot of time on Earth. See this with the one of the fish mining. Is there something? Oh, you get Revenant on Earth as well. Revenant, the big one. Then you get Gyre or Gyre from the Holdfast, which is on Zarn. Hex. Pizza Party. Protoframes. What do you call him? One of the Cyto 9. Some self-launch Mars. I don't know. He just keeps all the blueprints that were harder to get and stuff, and Conclave. So it's a wee bit of everything there. I did a thing. I didn't really say it as such. Did because they did pick it up at the time. People were realizing that aligning onion with your Warframe. So at the time I was messing about before Corvex came out with different elements. I think it was before that even. And they brought out Corvex for radiation damage and then they nerfed them. But aligning your Warframes with your pets to see which ones would be far more beneficial. There's probably people did it in the past anyway. But it's to do with priming your element damage. And which ones, because everyone more or less used the Panzer, the cat from Deimos, or the wolf thing from Deimos, because it wouldn't die. Then they took a whole big thing and reworked the whole thing of the companions, and then started putting mods and stuff and all on the different open worlds or the main planets like Venus and Earth. And Deimos, did they do it? Deimos? Yes, because there's Brother. And then you get mods that clone your Warframe, or not your Warframe, clone your companion to do extra damage and stuff. And then I was saying about the Corvex Warframe, which is radiation damage. I was because it was the only one that wasn't being used. The radiation damage at the time wasn't being as it was lower on. It's still lower on the elemental damage list because it gives you that 300% damage or something against Warframe and confuses them. So I tried to play about with it to see what happened, and then they reworked the whole Warframe damage thing on their abilities. And then I was playing about with health and stuff as well, and shields. Obviously, Hildren's the better one. It's to do with the damage. As I say, the elemental damage with Corvex. I was saying about. I didn't really. Did I say about? Equinox being a dual Warframe, but they've only just done that now. I've always liked Equinox. I was a big fan of Equinox and Oberon. I always liked Oberon, and they brought out the whole Archon. We call Archons. They fight the Archons. I was able to just keep heals up. And he did radiation damage, and they didn't like radiation damage, I think it's. And you couldn't use viral or something, and you had to use corrosive and the other damage types because they were immune to it or something. But Equinox was always my big one because it was the duality of the two Warframes. But when they came out with Sirius and Orion now, everyone would think, yeah, there's two Warframes like Equinox, and even I got confused with that. But I'll show you something interesting. Right? So I've got Sirius and Orion here. Where are they? Right. So we've got Equinox, right? I got an Equinox, yep. You can see I got three thingies on them. Archon charge, yeah. And what is it? I was going to show the duality. So you have to be aware of their day and night form. This is night form. It's night form. That's our night form at the minute. I like the day form because day form gives you the extra damage multiplier and stuff, increased speed. But the night form's just as powerful. It gives you just as much armor and shield capacity, shield increase, or shield buffing or whatever, because it puts them to sleep as well. There's another Warframe that does that when they put them to sleep, which is puts the targets to sleep, which is Revenant in night form. Wake up health threshold is 50%. Calm and frenzy, I've also got on it. Radius 9.5% because it means it spreads. I think it spreads or something. So you put them to sleep in day form, the targets become more vulnerable to damage. I generally always use the day form. Once you get used to Equinox anyway, you don't always meant to stay in one form, but I do. I stay in day form, but you're supposed to switch. You're supposed to switch between the two of them. Okay, that's a key point. Yeah, with Equinox, it's just not complicated when you get to realize that you don't stay in the one form. You jump between the two of them. One's to do damage, and one's for health. One's a healer, one's a damage dealer. Okay? This ability in day form gives you and your allies extra damage. In night form, it gives you energy and damage multiplier. Okay. The damage in day form is your strength and your abilities. Then in mend and maim, which is day form, gives you slash damage, and it builds and multiplies. And in night form, it's a health multiplier and shield per kill. So you just kill them and you get health shields in night form, and it builds. And then you've got day form, which then builds the damage as well, which I also enjoy. And then it hits them for slash damage. And 34.2 meter radius on that, which I specifically wanted range. I have energy increase, effective assault, orbs, ability strength, increase, and duration. Now, that's Equinox, right? Sounds very similar to with these two. These two. Okay. He's got a thing. Orion, or Sirius and Orion, right? I've styled them opposite to each other. One for Stalker and one for Jade. Which I like the way the styles is red and black and green and sort of gold, green and gold. Right? Everyone will think, oh yeah, that class. So like one does the heat damage and the healing, yeah. Same as Equinox, the healing, and the Clash, the first slash damage. Right? Then the other does slash damage, the melee, and they also buff each other. If you don't realize, they buff each other in a way where it's like, because you've got one or the other, you've got two mod. I like to stay with Orion. I like Orion, but because of that slash damage there, they hit them with. And then defense to reduction and status chance. Then you've got this here. Because he's a melee damage, it's a molt from, and does damage as well, from Siren. Your Event Horizon, which is your suction damage thing, like V-Ban, and you get your Clash. Now that would look like it's Equinox, yeah? It would look like that. I'm going to show you who it actually is. There you go. It's Wukong. And it's his first. Sirius and Orion are exactly the same as Wukong. Shredding a part of himself, Wukong creates a twin to fight by his side, attack at range, and the twin will melee, pull a blade, and the twin will lay down covering fire. Use again to command the twin to attack a target with increased damage. Wukong is an amazing Warframe. Again, all Warframes are pretty cool at what they do. It's just Sirius and Orion are not a Spectre, they are a Warframe in their own right each time. It's just Wukong creates a Spectre. And then he also blocks damage. So, where was it? That was a wee pointer there. No, some people probably would have missed. I even missed that nearly. But these new Warframes, no go. the Gaff, even. Foley's okay. Foley's okay. Shit. Not exactly what I would expect. Just a different style of gameplay. It's this ability here though, or passive. The passive's very good. Abilities coat enemies in ink that slows their movement by 50% for 10 seconds. It's boosting that. Afflicted enemies have 20% chance to drop health and energy. It's that damage, that there 20% you want to boost. There's jump, which is the same as a teleport. You have your weapon list. Generally, you only use like one or two of them. Death orb or something. Electric arc, explosive barrel. Some are useful. They are useful. These are the ones that count though. See this here ink plot thing that builds damage and effigy and then multiplies. That's so beneficial. And then this, if you've got groups of enemies, it just finishes the job for you. Corrosive, by the way, which is a corrosive frame. Corrosive. So be aware that it's corrosive damage. That's why I say it's the movement speed. Because when you have, we call them boys the corpus, I think shields aren't affected as much when it comes to corrosive. What way does Hydroid deal with it? Let me see. Where's Hydroid? Hydroid deals with it like corrosive or vulnerable to corrosive status with initial status reducing armor by 50%. Corrosive, Tempest Barrage, corrosive, plunder armor from enemies, shields, enemies, increase corrosive damage from their abilities and weapons. Enemies affected by corrosive status offer a greater increase on their enemy. That's the one. It's that. That's how he deals with. So he builds armor and does your tentacle swarm to deal with the corpus. That's the way I would do it. Corpus, because they have the shield nullifiers. Nullifier shields. Check my sword mission. That was all the things. So the features that I'm looking at was the competitive stuff. And what happened did Neki with Ralushka, the girl with the claw hand in Warframe 1999, whatever happened to her? The open world racing in the Gambian and Orvalis, and there's obviously a league and a leadership. The Holovania bike race, Ollie circuit, the team thing, the leaderboard for it, and then there's the arena on Senna. Point system. I was looking at them. I said about them. I said about the arena before. That's from Warpath and the other games. I need to pick somebody here. I was going to go for Serious and Orion, wasn't it? Rise. Get that off his neck.
Operator, no! Have you lost your mind?
I think that's a one damage everything. Everyone's using, that's another thing, with the health frames, just purely health and no health tanking. They're using, what do you call him? There's only Inaros, or Nidus, that's it. When they're using Nidus, they're multiplying it now. Multiplying is health with the parasitic link, I think. And he's had a rework as well. I think he had a rework, didn't he? Increase the stacks. Does puncture damage with that. Parasitic link. Or parasitic vitality, I mean. I think did he not get a rework, I think? We'll go with Grendel. I haven't used Grendel in a while. And I'm interested in seeing where he is. And I was trying to level up that Kuva weapon. Each enemy consumed grants 250 bonus armor. Viral damage. Nourish. Absorbs nourish. Now reaches yes enemies. And attack or attack. And energy sources provided. Provide more energy. And he heals over time as he rolls. Jump. Slams. Enchantments. Damaging shockwave. Powers. Check. Oh, duration. So I have duration for I also said about Warframe or Digital Extremes not going to tie with the dark refractory. No one on YouTube was talking about that. No one on YouTube was, as far as I'm aware, was talking about the going to tie. They only is about the dark refractory, and I watched a lot of people about YouTube on Warframe. There might be the odd one that say in the story, but they didn't say about going to tie. I mentioned about going to tie, and the fact that we didn't go because everyone was waiting for it, and now that we are going, was that I called it out. So what we got here? Gains health. Toxin, is it a cut toxin? Toxin, yeah. Turns into corrosive. Laser toxin and impact. Toxin, yeah. I don't know if I want to keep doing that. Clear status effects and gain 5% of status immunity for each victim Grendel is in the stomach. Shield disruption as well. energy and hold argument. At least to gain armor, is it? Armor reduction. Right. Haven't used Grindel in a while. This one.
As ready as you will ever be.
Yeah. I also says about the arcanes. On arc weapons. And then they started doing that too. There's still some weapons that don't have arcanes on them. If anybody hasn't noticed that too, I'll show you. This does, the Ambassador does, but it has a arcane on it, but I'll show you one it doesn't. Well, hold on. Why does it have it on it now? I have another account that doesn't have the option for the arcane on the Arc Plasma. Could have been. It's on the Nintendo Switch. Okay. Take that one. I was wrong. I'll be taking a screenshot to see if it is. I get one of these done.
This is the future. Power, precision, prestige. The pinnacle of the warsmith's art.
Here, that is vital operations. Search for the holding location. Beware, Tenno. This is experiencing reduced gravity and magnetic anomalies. Looks like heavy activity ahead. Be alert. The moment you enter the holding area, they'll trigger the execution sequence. Rescue the hostage before it finishes. Hurry up. You are running out of time. The bypass is done. Go. This is the jail. Our hostage is in one of these cells.
I will not forget this, Tenno.
Prisoner Luke, we need to get them back to command in one piece. Find your way to the exits, and don't leave the subject behind.
I need a weapon.
Alert. A captive has been liberated. You will be rewarded for this, Tenno.
Well, slowly where Nora is again. As she wipes the sleep from her eyes, she wonders, does the Unum ever leave that tower? Can she?
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
The loudest warrior dies first!
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Other job well executed. The enemy is at our doorstep. Must defend our equipment.
Let's dance!
We're done here. The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
Forma. Nice.
Do you remember the old war, Operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
What did we get there, Forma? Got up to 29. We'll get other
Ease me out the flow.
relic pack.
Our enemies will fear you with that.
I also have to do this.
Nora is all about incentivizing.
Nightwave. That's what's been building up to. See what we got. One Nightwave. Don't have that helmet yet. Getting there with all the stuff. Slowly. That's the thing about Nightwave. You should always check for the helmets if you haven't got anything else. if you've got like the mods and stuff and you collect it, always check the helmets because there's anorexia helmet. There's a rhino helmet in here somewhere. The Revenant, Corvex even. Steinax's helmets. Both of them's on it. I've got this one on him at the minute. And there's Verona's helmet.
It's time for Nora to say goodnight.
Does Grendel's third attack count as a melee attack? Icon. Bring my drones in. Keep forgetting about them. I think I said about this too. About it being quicker. And then they've added it to deploy it. Don't know if it was always in it. A quick redeploy. Let's go over. Check our Warframe 1989. So what's handy about here is these rewards. But it's a long slog. What's that? Kill 2 enemies. What's the next one? Kill 100 with abilities. Skuldra. $500 with abilities. And 200 melee rounds. Alright.
Please select destination.
Let me see. Who will I use? AoE. Quick control. It's between Gyre and Nova. Maybe I'm Octavia. Nova does a pretty good job. They all do. Go with Jar. Oh, you have to go solo as well. Get the kills.
Plotting route.
Keeping this short and sweet. Go into the heart of the infestation. Recover the lost rubber scene. The timing is right. You fire them up and kill the tech-like source. The spores. For sporic charges, every little bit counts. You gotta nurse these scrubbers. Keep them clean. Too much spore build up and you got code white on your hands. I hear Skuldra want these things back, but not even Skuldra's willing to come down here without this rot. Good thing you're not as smart as Skuldra. Now get to work.
I'm doing all the work. Please. Should be pitch. You can tell I'm a big fan of the
Health
ambassador.
scrubber ready for you. you to stay on top of those scrubbers. You see growth, shoot it. Turns out it's not just hell scrubbers coming out of the rot. There's some stuff we might be interested in. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too. You've hit this mission's minimum threshold. But you didn't come down here to do the minimum, did you?
That's the other thing about this. This is just a farming exercise. Nope.
Situation critical.
I hear you. Nope, reload.
Oh, hey, welcome to the find out phase.
Okay.
Well, it's early where Nora is, and as she wipes the sleep from her eyes, she wonders, does the Unum ever leave that tower? Can she leave that tower? What is she? And see this buzz.
Please select destination.
With abilities now.
Please select destination.
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is a riot!
Oh, it's past 12 now.
Plotting route.
Keeping this short and sweet, go into the heart of the infestation. Recover the lost health scrubbers. Keep them clean. And when the timing is right, you fire them off and you kill the tech-lot at source. The spores.
Verona was another one I liked.
Hey, be on the lookout for spore X charges. Every little bit counts. These scrubbers are prone to spore growth. You don't shoot it off and it could become fatal for the scrubber and you. Comprende?
Yep, see that? I'll back her up. And it changes the voice lines. Made it wider, I think. Because of her prime.
It's working. Hell scrubbers are starting to emerge. Yeah, I've got to hand it to the little guy. He knows how to talk to the appliances. Hey, you think I'm playing? Shoot that buildup off now! Deal with that scrubber buildup. Stat! dropping. That bought you some time. You're welcome.
No, that was me that did that. Not you.
Another hell scrubber getting puked up. Although it's only puke if it comes out of the tech rot's mouth. But that's not a mouth.
Video. Verona is her stealth. Like this. Now it just dies. Like that.
Turns out it's not just hell scrubbers coming out of the rot. There's some stuff we might be interested in. Like this. See? My ass is out here. You've hit this mission's minimum threshold. But you didn't come down here to do the minimum, did you?
I did.
Operator, Ortis is sorry.
Happy!
Report that all my good jokes gone.
Please select destination.
Let's see what this here upgrade. How many points I have? 3. I wish I could do that. We'll find a. I'll put it in. Sure, why not? We've been putting this on lately. That's right. They change weapon. What is her weapon anyway? What's the skill? What is it, Scoldra?
Plotting route.
Might have been able to do with the exterminate mission, but sure, why not? See what happens. Survival. Just have to see 5 minutes here.
Diagnosis. Spore contamination. Treatment? House scrubbers. Side effects may include release of deadly spores, homicidal filter buildup, and scald the troops trying to kill you for messing with their stuff. You know how mold can grow on your water filter if you don't clean it enough? Well, shoot any buildup off the health scrubbers unless you want to get unsubscribed from life.
Is this not pump anymore? Earlier pack?
What's the matter, Tech Rob? Got a little tummy ache? Hell scrubber, coming up. Scald another. They're coming for you. Contamination is off the charts. You need to hustle. Another house scrubber, and wherever you are. Knock the pus sacks off that scrubber before they sprout a head. You're gonna lose that scrubber, bucko. If the buildup gets any worse, it's gonna start making decisions. You've got a minute to get a health scrubber working. While Scaldra is distracted, I'm taking the opportunity to make some new acquisitions. Like this. Don't worry, I'll share. Extraction's open. But it wouldn't be very much fun if you left now. Game over, man. Game over. Get to extraction. Spore count is approaching terminally unfun levels. Activate another Hell Scrubber. Contamination is off the charts. You need to hustle. Got a minute to get a Hell Scrubber working.
Hold on, nothing going on here. You see a lot of getting rid of the enemies, but there's one over there.
Spore count is approaching terminally unfun levels. Activate another Hell Scrubber. Don't mind if I do.
I go to work.
Warned you. I totally warned you. And now it wants to have a conversation. Intimidation is off the charts. You need to hustle. Score level's critical. There's no coming back from this. Get out of there.
Please select destination.
What did I just do there? Kill 150 troops with melee weapons, now kill 50 troops.
Please select destination. Plotting route.
So fucking annoying. It's just like the same shit. Instead of melee kill, it's just kill them normally. It's just stupid.
The Skuldra Purge Squad just moved into the area. They're putting down anything that moves. Infested in civilians alike. How's about we return the favor? I'm talking total wipeout.
Probably can't be wrong.
This sector is home to a Skuldra high-security cache. If Furbon charges will get you inside, but you gotta be quick. They're rigged to self-destruct. Skuldra on high alert. The window of opportunity to get into the cache is closing. Find Fervon charges.
I like to find it because Kyle. There's the
You looted the clubhouse. Guess what? Their heaviest hitters are now on the way.
Stormfall, deploy. Give Our Lady Lua something to weep over tonight.
I got a message for Skuldra. Albania isn't your town, and their purge squad is all dead. I mean, they will be when you're all done. Keep it up.
Once again, my hour of meditation has been disturbed. My Sanctus Sanctorum has been decimated. You will suffer for this in a million future lives of surpassing wretchedness. Stormfall units, descend.
last of them. Time to come home.
Right, time to turn the stream off, I think. To get to there.
Please select destination.
Second. What's the third one? 500, wasn't it? 500 enemies. 200. For a blueprint. Omni blueprint. Form of blueprint. And a form of blueprint. 2 questions. Getting a relic. 2 relics.
With these, you may punish our enemies. Use it to spread our way.
We got Verona Prime blueprint there. Ureli Prime blueprint. Verona Prime neuroptics. And we'll do another one.
Here's what we can do for you. I hope it to good use.
Stynex neuroptics. Verona Prime systems. And then Aya. How many do I have of them? See how many Aya have.
If you're here for relics, you might have to crack a few before you get what you're
7.
after.
The music's different in here. Different. Gaming buddies. Glyph. I thought I had them. No.
Oh! Sorry! Artists will play with the volume off.
No pressure. But this stuff might not be here next time.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. Thanks for not watching.